Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby. I know heartbreaks, setbacks, bitchin' for crap out. I'm sure I'ma get back. I've been through the ups and downs, you know I get around. So to me, it's all a part of the game. Make money, make money. Southside. We talking that good. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 6, entitled Into the Darkness. I am your humble and most honorable host, Real. And this episode is brought to you by some good Jack Daniels. The Captain Jack will get you high tonight and take you to your special island. And Coke. Diet Coke, because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Old school. We've been waiting. We've been waiting on this episode. Y'all think Ronnie's serial killer spree is over? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's just jump right in, shall we? The water's fine. We start off with Rock getting a knock at the door. Just coming home from whatever Rock was doing out in them streets. A gang of knocks, a gaggle of knocks befell Rock's door. PERNESSA outside that joint just banging. Telling Rock to open up, 'cause she knows she in there. She knows she in there because she been watching and waiting on that ass to come home like Rockwell. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Sorry, I got to get this out early. Now, usually, Rock answered that door with the gat out. Surprisingly, tonight, she didn't. I mean, she knew who it was, and she know what she been doing with PERNESSA's man. Banging like she was, she had to know whatever PERNESSA wanted wasn't gonna be good. Rock opened the door anyway. And of course, PERNESSA got the strap out. She on that where unique at. Asking Rock what she do to him. Called her a black widow. Says she reel these cats in and take them out. I don't know about taking cats out like the Black Widow, but Rock did finesse that gun up out of PERNESSA like the Black Panther. After a little tussle, little scuffle, gave old P an eye jammy and everything. Told her she ain't had nothing to do with Unique's disappearance. She ain't do nothing to Unique. And the only reason she not feeling 2 hot lead bullets is because she Unique's baby mother. Eventually, she gives PERNESSA some ice for that eye, sits her down. They get a little rap at the kitchen table. You know, that table where Shirley Murdoch's As We Lay went down. Last time Unique was up in Rock spot, that As We Lay went down on the kitchen table. It's morning. Sunlight shines across your sleeping face. Uh-huh. They sitting at the If Your Girl Only Knew table. If your girl only knew that I would want to kick it with you, what would she do? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is before the Jack Daniels start kicking in. If his girl only knew, I think she would do what PERNESSA just did. Pop up at some point with the gat out. Rock teller Ronnie might be the culprit here for the Unique's disappearance. She like, okay, look, here's what I want you to do. Keep this gun off safety. Watch your back. Tell Unique to holler at me when he get in. If he come back. And whatever you do, do not let Ronnie ass back in. Damn sure don't be getting that man no more Honey Nut Cheerios. That shit is like spinach to Ronnie. Lulu and Famous up in the studio. Lulu got a track going. Famous up in the booth, spitting that here's to God, honest truth rap. He's spitting that back on December 13th, 1991 at 2:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When I bust my gun rap. He was monotone with it too. Sound like that music that was playing when Chappelle did that skit about him being in the club and the Tupac song was playing. I wrote the song a long time ago, a real long time ago. Dave Chappelle, that ain't your wife. He up in the booth sounding like that. He damn near on the verge of sobbing in that piece. Step out the booth, have him a couple Newports. I know what it is. Lou like, let all that out. Let it out. They bonding on the trauma after effects that clearly they both share. Of some Cypress Hill, here is something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man. Famous piece up out of there. Come to the crib. Kanan on the phone working. Giving Famous that leftover heat from the last time they talked. But Famous demons need some fresh air today. He ready to spill all the pinto beans. Decides it's a good idea to tell Kanan how the gun got in his book bag. Kanan is not feeling this conversation or this confession. He like, you watched her do it. Probably took a little money to keep quiet. He like, next time I come up in here, you bet not be here. Or you and I gonna have some serious problems. Don't know what Famous was expecting, but his demons had some yard time. Hope he felt better about it. Hope Famous got his money's worth. Kanan piece up out of there, goes back to Rocks. Now you know, Kanan on work release. He may or may not go to school, but he go to work. You know Kanan go to work like Cool Mo D. Come back home to his cushy cell, at least today he did, all up in Rock Grill. Taking Rock to task about what she did to even have him in this situation. She like, Kanan, I did what I had to do. They going back and forth. Meanwhile, the social worker pops up for a surprise visit. She want to talk to Kanan by herself. Because that's what social workers do. Kanan played nice, didn't blow up Rock's spot. I mean, how could he? If anything, it might have made things worse for him. I mean, Rock ain't going down for nothing. And Famous ain't testifying to nothing against her, so Kanan's spot would have been the only one blown up, at least temporarily. Social worker leaves up out of there. Kanan and Rock go back at it again. Rock claiming she did it because she loved Kanan. He ain't hearing none of that. He peace up out of there. Meanwhile, Howard down at the station. Agent Tanner investigating his wig off. Telling Howard they making progress. Clearly got his feet up, getting comfortable in the local Southside Jamaica Queens police precinct. Look like they're going to be here for a minute too, the feds that is. Tells Howard they don't think Crown had anything to do with the recent murders. They ain't telling Howard nothing. Mum is the word when Howard around. Ain't sharing nothing with him. I wouldn't either. 'Cause Howard ain't really doing nothing. He's supposed to be the one that they go to for all things happening in Southside Jamaica, Queens. This is Howard's backyard. And since these murders, he has helped uncover nothing. He has been of no help. Tanner tells Howard they're making some progress, but since he ain't in their inner circle, he can't know nothing more than how good his sandwich is. And he like it's damn good. Howard like, all right then, I'll be glad when you piece up out of here. In turn, Howard pieces up out of there, heads to the captain's office. Tells him he hears Ogden is retiring soon. Captain like, what, you want his job? That don't sound like a bad idea, actually, especially if it helps get the task force off his plate a little bit. Howard tells him they basically getting all their intel from him, so he can help with that, but only if he get to take over Ogden's role. Lying his ass off. Captain tells him he'll look into it. You can tell that Howard got some friends up in the force, so you know, he ain't in a bad spot. He might not be in the spot that he want to be in, but he ain't in a bad spot. At some point, he meets up with Rock again for their weekly check-in in a parking garage somewhere. She asks Howard what he know about Unique. He like, I thought you took care of Unique. He been missing for a little while now. He just figured that was part of Rock's cleanup on her way out. He tell Rock that nah, he don't have no leads, but they feel like he gone. 'Cause that tailor shop was torn the hell up. Look like he dead for sure. Tell Rock it sound like she chasing ghosts. He like, what, you scared? She like, your partner was scared. I'm just aware. Pushes her shades up and drives the hell off. Meanwhile, across town, at the dance studio, Nakia, the manager of the new girl sensation, BADA, got BADA in front of some music executives, giving them the routine, giving them that song and dance, letting them know what BADA about. Looks like they've improved some. Marvin in the corner getting his supportive dad on. He in the corner getting his little Janet Jackson shimmy on to their little set. He speaks a little out of turn though when they done. He like, that's my baby. But Juke should be the lead. Wilding out a little bit, Juke quickly gets Marvin the hell up out of there. They sitting waiting on feedback from Nakia based on what the executive said. Aisha like, Juke, you should be the lead. Your pops is right. Crystal the diva like, your pops is a damn fool. Little tension pop off. Nakia comes back in after having gotten some feedback from the execs. Tells them the execs like what they see. But she don't. The girls talking about they don't know who's the lead. And that's the reason why they not really moving in sync. Walking in rhythm. Moving in sound. Y'all don't hear me though. Nakia like, who want it? Who want this lead? Till y'all figure that out. Marvin leaves up out of there. Ends up down at the new Cafe Vu. In need of some advice and a drink. Like I am. In need of a drink. Tells Lou how he kind of spoke out of turn at Juke's dance routine today. They get a little rap. Marvin leaves out. Eventually, Rock comes in. She tries to get a little rap with Lou, but Lou ain't trying to hear nothing that Rock is talking about. She like, I'm here to support Lou, make amends, you know. I'm here to correct what's been happening over these past few weeks, months, however long it's been. Lulu feeling real used right now. Feeling butthurt about the work he put in for Rock over the years. Blaming Rock for who he became. She like, nah, Lou, you gonna have to take some responsibility for your actions. And the lingering effects of Lou's actions is what's eating at his soul right at this point. Rock leave up out of there. He head to the corner to talk to the captain. The Captain Jack will get you high tonight. Take 1 or 2 to the head. Lulu want edge like a mofo, like he about to blow. Marvin come home to Juke eventually. They get a rap about his behavior down at the dance studio. He tells her he's trying to support her as best as he knows how. He's working through it. He know he ain't getting it right all the time, but he's trying to be supportive in a way that he wasn't before. Juke feels it. Feels like they turned a corner in my opinion. I think in her opinion too. He eventually catches up with Gerald. They doing the catch-up thing down at the park. Gerald tells him the story about Juke and her dance setup might work for him. If maybe he can interview him and Juke. All of a sudden, this cat come out of nowhere. Like, yo, my man, what up? He like, I used to work at the club that you used to be at. I walked in on you and Tony Deep like 1,000,000 times. He like, I saw your bare ass, man. And you seen me see your bare ass. You know me. Marvin like, no, I don't know you. Who does that? He all out in the open. Proclaiming just as loud and clueless as he want to be. He had no idea who Gerald was. Marvin like, man, I said I don't know you. I think you need to move on right now. This dude is not getting the picture. He like, nah, man, it's you. Tony Deep. Marvin looking like, if I gotta tell you one more time. Mr. Clueless eventually pieces up out of there. Gerald looking like, that's my damn story. Damn a jukebox, boombox, whatever the hell. But I sure as hell know who Tony Deep is. And if he don't know who Tony Deep is, you know sure as hell Gerald gonna find out who Tony Deep is. Ronnie show up at Unique and Pernessa crib one last time. Or so I'm assuming. How Ronnie not in prison yet? How Ronnie not in at least holding somewhere yet? Ain't been brought in for questioning or nothing. Ronnie done killed like 8 people now. All local. Ain't on no suspect lists. Just free to roam about like small town serial killers do. He up in Unique crib, bagging up all Unique jewelry. Pernessa try to stop Ronnie, but Pernessa ain't have that gun out like Rock suggested. Ronnie grab P up, throw it to the ground, snatches up all his little ill-gotten gains and pieces up out of there. Ronnie head over to Juliana's at some point, having collected enough funds to work with, most likely from the money he got from Snaps, Crackle, and Pop, and the sale of Unique's gold. Tells Juliana that Unique is dead. Time to do business. Juliana lets Ronnie in. She was looking at Ronnie like he was a veal sub with a grape soda on the side. Every time she seen Ronnie, looked like she was looking him up and down, slightly, but enough to let it be known that Ronnie might be on the menu. I wouldn't be surprised if something popped off there or was attempted. But you know, Ronnie ain't got no time for ass now. I don't know if Ronnie ever gonna have time for some female ass, cause every time a chick get to touching on Ronnie, he'd be like, get off of me. She like, you want that H, right? Ronnie cracked that little Kool-Aid smile like H stood for Honey Nut Cheerios. Rock down at the shop. Valentina called her cause a pipe broke. Water everywhere. Marvin just happened to be rolling by the area, saw Rock outside. They getting a rap, talking about Unique, how she got up out the game. Rock realizing that the game was who she was. The game was what she knew, what she was good at. She thinking, what the hell she gonna do now? She ain't no landlord. She like, I done put money down for bricks, which net me a pretty penny. Now I put money down for busted pipes, which lose me a little penny, but a penny nonetheless. Rock sounding like Money Mitch. Rock sounding like Money Mitch in that good, Paid in Full movie. You know that scene where Mitch talking to Ace after Ace got popped? Streets was going dry and they needed that connect. She like, I love the game.
I love the game.
I love the hustle.
I love the hustle.
I was born to do this. I get love out here in these streets. As long as a brother was feeling it,
As long as niggas is feeling it, a nigga like me can hustle it.
a sister like me could hustle it.
That's my gift in life, eh? You know?
Basically feeling like she made a wrong move to get out the game.
Funny, man. You a hustling motherfucker, man. For real, baby.
Sure enough, she take Marvin with her to Stefano's shortly after. Tells him she back in the game. Wants to continue what Unique started with him. Now, Stefano is a little hesitant, as anyone might be, because you know, at first Rock was in, then she out. Says he needs someone that he can count on reliably, consistently. Marvin step up and say, well, she was reliable as hell when you needed Sal put down. She stepped up then. Stefano sees his point is made, says, okay, let's do it. But now that you back in and you working with me, there's only one way out. You know the way. You know the way. Now, whatever ghosts was haunting Famous have started and continue to haunt Lulu's ass. Lou back up in the studio, working on the mixing board on Famous track, getting his little sip on, turn his head to the right and see his dead homeboy Scrappy playing PlayStation. That's a haunt for your ass. Your ghost is playing Street Fighter with a bad high top fade. And losing. Lulu just starts sobbing. Lulu just starts sobbing for no reason. Reach for his Jack Daniels. And I ain't talking about a little shorty. I ain't talking about the little pint. I'm talking about that big $60 bottle. Gets lost in love up in that piece. Uh-oh. Famous ghost got up in Lulu so bad, this cat wind up over at Scrappy Mama house. Act legend on Park. Fifth of brown liquor on tap. Got Lulu up on Scrappy Mama good furniture. Confessing. After Lulu say the nonsense that came out of his mouth, she looking at him like she done seen the ghost of Jesus. And it was baby Jesus too. She don't know whether to hug Lulu or slice his neck up. Her good eye starts slightly twitching. Mouth was quivering. I don't know what Lulu was thinking. But he didn't think this one all the way through. It felt right at the time, I get it. But he didn't think this one all the way through, I'm sorry. At some point, Agent Tanner reconnects with Detective Howard. Asks him what he knows about Marvin. Flashes Marvin's mugshot profile. Howard gives him some generic information. Tanner tells Howard a witness tied Marvin to some drug operations. That witness was later murdered by Marco Boselli, Sal's son. Told Howard a first grader could put these pieces together. Up in his precinct. Ronnie roll up on Kanan while he back out at Courier Central. Paul come out riffing about not having any couriers to work his routes. Kanan done got so big don't nobody want to do Paul little work no more. They get paid with Kanan. Kanan like, man, don't be pushing up on me like that in front of everybody. Like you embarrassing me, talking to Paul. Paul like, what you gonna do? Ronnie watching all of this go down. In the cut. Paul like, what if I tell the cops about your little operation? Uh-oh. I think we done met Ronnie next victim. I think we done met Ronnie next victim. Kanan get all up in Paul grill. He like, don't overplay your hand, fella. I done seen grown men like you fall at the hands of cats my size and age. That's fact. Paul like, I just need a couple cats to run a couple routes, that's all. He backing down, realizing that he might be a little out of pocket. Ronnie push up on Kanan after Paul clear out. Tell him he having a party tonight at the Olympic Palace. And that he might want to be there. Why? 'Cause everybody gonna be there. All the players, all the hustlers. Walks the hell off like the socially challenged serial killer he is. Kanan winds up at the party. Brings Aisha and Juke with him. That good kid in play is bumping upon entry. It's a cool scene, you know, the 90s. Scene the late 90s, chicks is doing the kid and play kick step. Door knockers is knocking. Nothing but grown cats up and through that piece. Ronnie come up to Kanan. He like, I see you made it. Juke like, this Ronnie party? She tell Ronnie, how you throwing a party and your brother is recently missing? Ronnie like, you need go on a break. He be back. All of a sudden, Snaps, Crackle, and Pop introduce themselves, minus Crackle. Now, Kanan already know who Snaps is. They parents is hustlers, and they know the hustlers. They throw Kanan some compliments. Kanan up in there taking it all in. Essentially, Kanan has arrived. But it hasn't quite hit home yet. Juke's still trying to figure out what the hell is going on and why she here. Why they up in this club with all these older cats? Juke is not feeling the vibe here. Rightfully so. She tell Kanan and Aisha that they got rehearsal in the morning at some point. Aisha agrees. They go to peace out. Kanan about to roll with him. But not before Ronnie pop up. Ronnie like, cats want to meet you. Juke like, Kanan rolling with us. She like, ain't nothing but hustlers up in here. In fact, thugsters is what she called them. Ronnie like, ain't no thugsters up in here. Juke point out every thugster known to man from Queens that was up in that spot. Juke like, don't play with me. There go Big Black over there at the bar. Little Keychain over there getting his wop on. With the shorty with the bad asymmetrical. She let him know, look, you can't kid a kid. I know all the players. I know who you are. I know all your people. Ronnie like, you want to meet these cats or not? Juke and Aisha leave up out of there. Kanan decides to stay. Kanan get to meeting and greeting. Eventually winds up sitting down in drug dealer VIP. You know, any and every club from the Bronx to Tallahassee back in the crack era, them 80s and 90s, and I'm sure today, had that VIP section that you was either a part of, envied, or didn't fuck with. And if you wasn't in, you was glancing over at it from a distance. 'Cause activity was happening. And that's where it was popping. Ronnie, Snaps, and Pop tell Kanan they like what he got going up and running. And they want to do some business with him, point blank. Want to take what he already built and build it up even higher. Take him right to the top. He tell them what he built is his. Like his mama ain't involved at all. 'Cause he know they know rock. He like this the house that I built. And he needed to establish this because rock was a major player in the field. He want to let them know what's what. Ensure there's no conflict of any sort. They like, we know. Otherwise, we be talking to your mama. Ronnie like, f rock. They all agree, f rock. Kanan like, okay. Thinking to himself, this might really be going down. Might have found his place, an opportunity to establish a spot on the map for he damn self. Like his little blip on the map might be about to get a little bigger. And as always, that hustler pick go down in the club. It always has, it always will. All the hustlers, all the players. If you was in this picture, you was considered to be somebody. And if you was smart, you stayed the fuck up out that picture. That indict my ass when you get good and ready picture. You think Snaps and Pop undercover snitches? I don't know. They invest money, don't touch nothing. So their hands don't get dirty. Probably getting folks indicted so they can fulfill some Fed obligation because they probably got busted years ago. And now part of their role to stay free is to bring down local cats who might be starting to get a little big. I don't know. Remember, these cats are retired, Snaps and Pop. Who knows? I don't know. But how you retire and you still taking hood superstar pics in your 40s and 50s or whatever age they are, if you still in the game, I guess the same way you stunt, flash, and profile at any age while doing that thing, living their best life. Hell, I ain't mad at it. Not at all. Not at all. Say what you want, but Kanan has arrived, and he know it too. Kanan hopped up in that picture, that who's who, spot in time, almanac of local drug dealers, looking like the youngest in charge. He awakes to banging on his door at the crack of dawn the next day. He like, Famous, get the door. Realizing there ain't no Famous there, opens the door himself. Ronnie appears from the other side, making his way in with a bag of work. No pleasantries, No greetings. No what up, little player? Now go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Now go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Ronnie got that work. Wake up! Hit him with that dap from school days, bright and early. Ain't no time like the present. The early bird gets the worm. If Ronnie your boss, God bless you. Cause you know Ronnie gonna be on one. He ain't letting shit slide. Oh, it's about to be on and popping for a young K-Rock. I mean, this is what it boils down to, right? Associations and affiliations, whether it's Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, Kappa, Omega, Alpha, Sigma, whether it's your local street crew or the football team, whatever it is, membership tends to have its privileges, right? That's why we join these groups. That's why we join these associations. Membership can also have its consequences, its expectations. This whole power universe is built off these dynamics. The decisions its members make and the consequences of their actions. That was on full display this episode with Rock, Kanan, Lulu, Famous. When you involve yourself in such organizational activities, some good, some bad, all demanding of more than you might care to give at any given time or every goddamn day. The question is always, and I'll leave on this note, in the words of that good new edition, can you stand the rain? Oh. Can you stand the rain?